Mike and Gen Xing around the world. I am Mike.
I'm Jen.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. We've been busy.
Yeah, really busy.
We've been really busy.
You know, we've got kids in sports, and sports season, the spring sports season is really starting to get underway. Our son had a scrimmage for golf,
Yep.
and our daughter had a couple of scrimmages for softball.
Yeah.
And she's got her first tournament of the
First
weekend.
tournament this weekend, yes.
Yeah.
It actually starts,
Tomorrow.
What
Yeah.
the heck's going on here with my mic? We're good.
So we've got a few things. We're, kind of trying to figure out what best is going to define our podcast, and we don't want to do the same thing every time.
That's right.
We want to kind of keep it fresh and new, but we've kind of listened to feedback from some people, and they wanted to kind of know some top tens.
Yes.
So we've got our own degrees of top tens.
We do.
I'm a music buff, so
Yes,
of course
yes.
I'm going to pull back some top tens for this week in certain years from our age group.
You going to make me struggle with the artist again?
Maybe.
Ugh.
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to it. It's always entertaining.
Another fun thing that we wanted to do is Am I the Assholes?
Yes.
We have stumbled upon quite a few fun ones,
Yeah.
and I think it opens up a bigger conversation. So,
Absolutely.
full disclosure, I don't know his ahead of time. He doesn't know mine. And so if we struggle reading, bear with us. We're old.
I need to get reading glasses, and I can't use yours. So.
No. Yeah, I have an astigmatism, minor prescription. So,
And I'm just getting old.
yeah.
And it's just one of those things.
Yeah, we're getting old, but I don't think that. I think we're getting
Better.
better.
We're calling it. We're calling
Definitely getting better.
it. Getting better.
Definitely getting better. I mean, we are like the healthiest we've ever been.
That's true.
We're definitely the smartest we've ever been.
We'll go with that.
I mean,
I mean, we know a lot more than we did, I guess, yesterday. So
Yeah.
technically we are. But have we forgotten more than we knew yesterday?
probably, but
More likely.
it can come back to the surface.
One thing we got to talk about, the new theme music.
Yes. We want to send a big shout out to Downhill Runner.
Yep.
Our new theme music is the full entire song is called Satellite, and you're gonna, obviously we added a, what do you call that? A beginning montage.
I did, yes. I was able to
Yeah.
create one.
Yeah.
It only took like 17 times to Google how to do it.
Yeah, and because I have ADHD, kind of like how I decorate my house with every season, every holiday, I'm probably going to make them change it up. We'll keep the music the same, but
Yes.
maybe we'll give you different snippets, and
Yeah.
we can also maybe create a link eventually to
Yep.
all of their music. Again, the band is Downhill Runner. The song is Satellite, and that is our
That's gonna be
theme
our theme
music.
Yeah, they haven't released that one yet. They do have all their stuff on Spotify and stuff like that. So we'll try and add a link at the end of the video.
It is actually a personal friend of my husband's. It's
It
actually
is.
your boss, Jimmy.
It is my boss.
And
another guy I work with.
yeah.
And they have a third one. It's really good. It
Gen
is really
Xers,
good.
the music is really great. I mean, as our generation, it's kind of a, not necessarily hair band, but it's kind of a bunch of different bands all mixed into
Yeah.
one in their own original sound, and I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's good.
absolutely love it.
I
So
enjoy it.
I hope you guys enjoy it too. And again, we'll create a link as soon as we have one to bring you to the rest of their music or to the full song.
Now, I will tell you this. I do have a link.
Mhm.
Now I got to figure out how to put it in there.
Oof.
Again, 17 times just to do a little montage that was 26 seconds long. So we'll get to it. It just, I'm older, so it takes me a little longer.
Yeah, well.
Anyway. I have an anime idea, so I'd like to start with. You good with that?
Yeah.
This one's called The Milk Swap. Okay?
Oh.
Me and two other guys share an apartment together, and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs on is groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food, and we don't touch whatever doesn't belong to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything so no one gets mixed up. This issue has been going on almost a year, and I'm sick of it. One of my roommates, R, keeps stealing my food. I get home from work, and containers with my leftovers are sometimes missing. They have my name written on it, or my stuff finishes too quick. My gallon of milk, for example. I buy almond milk because I like the taste, but it seems to finish after a week, even though I've only drank once or twice. I confronted R about this lots of times, and that's caused a lot of arguments. He outright denies it, tells me I'm crazy, even though it's so obvious. My other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same area, so I know it's not him. It's always after we get back home, and R's already left for work, that I notice my food's gone. My roommates also had a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing because R doesn't like what he buys. The funny thing is, R buys a lot of food for himself, is even more stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes back from grocery shopping and tells us not to touch it. Last week, my milk was nearly empty again, and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store and I bought dairy milk, regular dairy milk. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the same gallon, with the one I bought. This was to catch/prove R is the one stealing since he's lactose intolerant.
Haha.
The next day, Saturday, we get back from work and R is pissed. He yelled at me that he was stuck in the bathroom for 40 minutes with diarrhea because of my milk. He was using it to make a shake. I only responded with, "So then you're the one who's been stealing?" He friggin' exploded. Yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched milks than the fact that he was caught. I told him I wouldn't have done it if he just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told the truth instead of trying to make it seem like I was making it up. My roommate backed me up and thought it was kind of funny he got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense. Me and my roommate told me R is trying to convince him to agree to kick me out. Little does he know we're both looking to move somewhere else because we're sick of his shit. So,
Shit, lactose intolerant.
oh my God, that's funny, by the way. I don't think the guy that switched it out is the asshole.
Absolutely not.
I think the one that's been stealing it and denying it obviously is the asshole. But why I liked this one, you've had issues with roommates, if I remember correctly. Didn't you have one that stole from you?
Yeah, she actually, well, it wasn't so much stealing as when I moved out, she put bills in my name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was really fun when I tried to get bills in my name and they told me I already had some in my name.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we have issues like with our older kids, you know? I mean, and not that we have issues. They're welcome to anything in the fridge. We have 2 adult children living with us currently.
Yes.
You know, and we have the 3 youngers. We have 6 total, but 2 adults living with us.
Right.
And they're like, well, I buy stuff and it's gone. And I said, well, here's the thing. In this house, everything is fair game. If there's something that you purchase, put your name on it.
Except you don't let me do that. She doesn't.
What,
I know.
what do you want to put your name on?
My honey chicken tenders.
Put your name on your honey chicken tenders.
Oh, that's so much.
If you don't want to share with the kids, like the
I don't
kids
like
know
sharing
there's
with
certain
anybody.
things of mine.
Like what? Your
Like,
tuna fish?
well, no, the other boys can have that. Like, but like if I have ketchup, which is not very often, I only like Heinz 57. I am not a brand snob except for certain things, and certain things I enjoy.
That's
But
true.
I don't think that those 2 guys, I think the guy that was stealing is the total asshole for sure. And I honestly think that was, if he was denying it, how else are you going to basically
agree.
catch a thief than to beat him at their own game?
Yeah.
And so I think he was probably more pissed off that he got busted.
Yeah,
and
I find it funny that he was so mad about the switching of the milk, but he must have just been deflecting the fact that he's been denying it for a year.
well,
I can't believe they put up with it for a year.
yeah, that's on them.
That is on them.
Honestly, but yeah, I would actually find a different roommate.
I would think
it sounds like they're going to move out. And
I think it's a wonderful way to get payback, though.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you got to pay the piper somehow, and karma's a bitch, and
Yeah.
it just happened to be shitty at that time.
Yes.
I mean, it's not right. I mean,
No.
and I'm sure if they're friendly or whatever.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, if you would have said, "Hey, can I borrow this or can I have some of this?" That's one thing. But to just outright do it and then to completely lie about it,
Right.
no, that's not even okay. Like, not at all in my book.
I've only had one situation where I've had roommates, and that was in college for about 6 months, and I got lucky. So I didn't have any issues like that. No stealing, but I have heard horror stories. I mean,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
So just be careful
I
you
was
pick
an
for
only
roommates.
child, and I had roommate experience one time, and it wasn't for a very long period of time. So no, So I'm good. Like,
I had thought she had stolen some of your clothes or something like that.
she couldn't fit into my clothes. So there I was fortunate. My mom would steal my clothes.
That's who I was thinking of.
my mom had a bad habit of stealing my clothes and then telling
Well, you
me,
got nice clothes.
yeah, and then telling me that she didn't take them.
But didn't you catch her wearing them? So if you're going to steal clothes from somebody,
Don't wear them in front of them.
don't wear them. And if you're going to steal food, just replace it.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the right thing to do,
I
is
think
to
so.
be like, dude, I didn't have any at the time, so I had some of yours, and then make
Yeah,
it right. I mean,
absolutely.
that's the human thing to do. So are you ready for my
I am
the
ready for
asshole?
yours,
Like,
yes.
so we discovered last time I have to have my readers, so bear with me. Here. All right. So, am I the asshole for refusing to give back a gift my friend gave me?
Okay.
All right. My friend Deb and I have been friends for about a year now. A few months ago, we were at a party where I unfortunately became collateral damage to a domino spill of drinks at our table. It was funny, and I wasn't upset about the puddle in my seat. The thing was that the night was nowhere near over, and I wasn't trying to walk around with annoying squelch every time or everywhere I went. You know that,
Sure.
right? Even though now that I think back about it, it would have been super hilarious. A little while after, to when I was becoming the consistent butt of the joke at the table, Deb had told us she was leaving for the bathroom. After 30-something minutes, she comes back with a bag from Target and hands it to me.
Oh, nice.
Inside, there were these sweatpants. They were really high quality, too. The type that's heavyweight and clearly out of my margarita-drenched pants budget. I was so surprised, and at first I denied the gift, especially when I saw that she paid over $60 for them at Target. Target has $60 sweatpants?
For sweatpants?
I don't shop at Target, so.
No.
Okay, so,
Must be really nice.
yeah. She was completely sober. Sorry, just imagining soberly making this purchase is still bananas to me. $60 for sweatpants, so
Yeah,
at Target especially. But anyways, she insisted I wear them and told me she got them for me. She says, they're yours.
Okay.
So she said, no, I can't accept these. And her friend Deb said, no, they're yours.
Okay.
To be honest, it didn't take much convincing. After she insisted, I just profusely thanked her. To this day, those pants were the highest quality pants I had ever worn. I wish I could show you. Recently, our friend group made plans to go out this weekend for a friend's birthday. The other day, I got a text from Deb saying, can you bring my sweatpants on Sunday?
Okay.
Let me read that again. Can you bring my sweatpants on Sunday, the day of the party?
Okay.
This was also the same day I had coincidentally posted on Instagram with them on.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't help but feel a little reluctant because they were a gift, right?
That's what I heard.
I'm probably reading too deep into this as well, but isn't it not odd that she said my sweatpants as if I borrowed them from her and never returned it? I think I'm partially biased because I had gotten so used to them being mine over the past few months, and I admit it comes off kind of childish, but am I wrong here?
No.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
No, because she said she was like, no, I couldn't accept these. I can't accept these simply because they were $60. I understand that. I mean,
I'm more confused on who goes to Target in the middle of a party, and I give her all the credit in the world. I mean, she went to the store.
Right.
Her friend was, in soaked pants. But who spends $60 on sweatpants?
at Target.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Me either. Anywho, her friend is definitely the asshole.
Yeah, I absolutely
She's
agree.
not the asshole at all, and I sure as hell would not return those sweatpants. I mean, you gave them to me as a gift.
Yep.
And it's kind of like, I don't know if the PC word, Indian giver, but I mean, that was when we grew up. I mean, but I don't think it's right. I mean, if you purchase something for somebody and you give it to them, unless you have the caveat saying, hey, wear these tonight, wash them and return them, she never did any of that.
No. She said, here,
yeah.
I got them for you.
This lady said, no, I can't accept these because she saw how expensive they were. And the other lady said, no, I insist. They're yours.
Did they give a time frame on how much in between this party and then the friend thing or the group get together?
It just says recently, but she said that it was also sent to her on the same day that she posted on Instagram wearing those sweatpants.
Convenient.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
We had a situation similar to that where we posted something on Facebook and somebody saw something that I had done and then...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then asked for some...
Which was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like...
social media. Social media, it'll call you out.
It will, but...
So I guess you just got to be careful there. But similar situation, but in ours, I believe it was The timing was interesting.
Yes, the timing was great.
I don't believe they were wrong, but
No.
the timing was interesting, and
Mhm.
that's how we felt about that one. But yeah,
You
no,
know, but that brings me to social media. I mean, it has opened so many doors into your world, like when we grew up, that were never there. You know,
Yeah,
we
thank
joke
God.
that we're the generation where there is no photographic proof of or you know any social media proof of anything
Right.
that we did growing up, thankfully,
Thank
you
God.
know, or in our early 20s. But you know, now it's kind of like you're opening the door and you're letting them in your house, you're letting them in
Yeah.
your parents' house, you're letting them in your grandparents' house, and these people nowadays are seeing more and more of all the things you do. So it's kind of keeping things that maybe were in the back of out of sight, out of mind
Yeah.
at the surface. And, you know, it's kind of like one of those double-edged swords, you know?
Yeah, no, it really is. I'm just, it's still mind-boggling. You can have
$60?
them. Well, that part alone is just crazy.
$60 sweatpants at
I don't think I've ever
Target?
spent $60 on pants unless they were Z Cavaricci's back in the day.
Oh, what were the other ones? Like
Bojos,
Bojos?
Jobos. I don't know. I always get it wrong.
Bojos, yeah.
I just remember going to merry-go-round. I had 2 pairs, black and dark green. I was Z Cavaricci's. Wasn't a good look for me.
If you don't know what Z Cavaricci's are, go look them
Oh,
up. They were like the thing.
Honey, Gen X, they know exactly what Z.
But not
Cavaricci's
everybody
are.
that watches might not be Gen X.
That's true. They were very fashionable pants for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then you tight rolled them.
See, now, back to the story. I think that if you personally, or I personally, if I were to buy them for somebody in that pinch, I would have probably bought her a pair of $15 leggings and said, "Here you go, darling."
Yeah, I mean,
But,
it
I
didn't-
mean,
it didn't have to go.
$60 sweatpants is
Yeah.
a little much. I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
and how do you buy yourself something and give it to somebody? That's strange too. So I think she may have just been pissed off and been like, "Oh, those are
Something.
cute, and I want those back."
Yeah, that's.
So either way, your friend is the asshole. The friend is the asshole.
I think
and
so.
I would honestly, just on principle, would not give them back.
I wouldn't either.
Because she's not your friend to begin with, if she's pulling shit like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's probably going to cause a rift in the friend group because I think a lot of people are going to agree that yeah, that's just weird.
It's petty.
It is super petty.
Yeah, it really is petty. I mean, unless she fell on hard times, but who needs a pair of sweatpants?
But even so,
fall
if you're
on
in hard times, $60 freaking sweatpants ain't going to fix that.
Yeah. So,
No.
all right, moving right along.
Yeah. You want to talk
Because-
about music, or do we want to talk about top 10 I have?
We can go to the top 10 you have.
Top
I'm
10
curious
well,
about this.
Well, I mean, it is tax time. People
Yes.
are doing their taxes right now.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to give people some information on where it'd be a good place to live just based on taxes alone.
Now, I will tell you, we did our taxes already, and we live in the state of South Carolina.
Mhm.
And actually, we were quite pleasantly surprised last year after we got our state tax return.
Yep.
Our state goes, "Oh, by the way, bank error in your favor. We're cash rich, and we're going to give those
We got
of
like
you,
a rebate.
yeah,
on top
those
of
of
our
you
refund.
that got a refund, you're going to get an additional rebate." And so that was really cool. However, we filed our taxes. Obviously, you file your federal and your state at the same
Yep.
time. Now, we've already got our state back.
Yep.
Like within a week.
Was that fast?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
So,
remember
yeah,
when I filed
It was
them.
within a week. And so we're still waiting on the federal.
Well, federal did say 3 weeks, which they 3 weeks is good for them. So I'm
We'll
okay with
see.
that. We didn't know, so that's always a bonus.
But let's hear about the taxes.
All right, so just to give everybody an idea here,
Is this what kind of taxes are these?
So I have either property taxes or just your overall tax burden.
Let's go property taxes.
Just
because
property taxes.
here's the funny part. We come from Illinois, which is a Democratic state.
It's interesting.
And the property taxes there that we were used to paying were insane compared to down here in South Carolina.
Right.
So go ahead.
So these are the 10 worst states in terms of property tax. They do it based on percentage of the home and all that stuff.
Okay.
So starting from number 10, Iowa. Okay. Iowa is at a 1.52% on property tax.
Okay.
Then you go to Ohio. So we're moving. So the Midwest is really represented here in the middle. You got Wisconsin at number 8, Nebraska at number 7, but surprisingly, Texas, number 6, sixth highest for property tax.
Well, they don't have state income tax, so that might play a role.
You would, yeah, and that's possible. Now this is the funny part. So we're going to the top 5 worst states, and just in terms of property tax.
So you pay the most there.
Correct.
Okay.
Number 5, Connecticut.
Okay.
Number 4, Vermont.
Okay.
Number 3, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Okay, so we're hitting that East Coast. Number 2, good old Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Illinois, right?
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, worst for property tax alone is New Jersey, actually.
I wonder if it's because the states are so small they have to get
Maybe.
money somehow.
And that's possible.
But how many are those
actually,
Democratic with the exception of Texas? I think most of them.
I'm not sure. Wisconsin is. I don't know much about Nebraska, Ohio, and Iowa. And that's hilarious. I'm a Buckeye fan.
Illinois was insane. The property tax, the income tax.
Yes.
Even the sales tax was outrageous in Illinois.
It's bad.
I mean, what we pay for our property and what we paid on a townhouse,
Obscene.
it would make you throw
It's
up.
kind of
like,
crazy
seriously.
that for a townhouse, they call it property tax because you don't have any property as a townhouse.
Yeah, it's community property, and you couldn't even put, certain things because it's not your property.
Nope.
You don't even own the building. You don't even have say on that, but you still had to pay a property tax.
Yeah, we were paying almost $9,000 on that. 1,600 square foot townhouse attached to 4 other buildings or 4 other homes.
It was
rough.
I can only imagine what it is now. And that was including, now we still had to pay 2 HOAs on that as well, on top of the mortgage.
HOAs are horrible.
Never, ever, ever will buy a property with an HOA.
I will tell you this,
ever.
though. If you are on an HOA, the only way you can control anything, you got to get on the board. You got to be that person because that's the only way you can keep costs down.
I just think they need to go away.
They're never going to go away.
I think they should. It is property management. It's not people that are looking out for the best interest of.
But who owns that property? Because remember, the homeowners do not own the property in townhouse subdivisions.
You know what, though?
Isn't that
Then
crazy?
you need to have a property manager. But I think a homeowners association,
It's horrible.
I think they're horrible. I think
agree.
it is. I don't think they behoove nor benefit the homeowner whatsoever. That's just how we went through. And there was also selective enforcement.
Oh.
We felt that harshly.
It's horrible.
And, it was like if you were friends with somebody in the association, you're good to go. But it's just, it's ridiculous.
It's so maddening.
Yeah, it was. And then you can
terrible.
get fined. I mean, do you know a homeowners association can take away your home?
Yep.
Like if you don't pay your dues, you can pay your mortgage, you can pay your taxes, you can do all of that. But if you don't pay those dues,
It's in your agreement that they can take your whole home.
they can take your home
They just
away
take
from
it.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, just our opinion. Again, this whole thing is for entertainment purposes, and our opinions are solely our opinients. But
My opinion is that homeowners associations suck.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's
They
my
just
opinion.
from our personal dealings with them, they're awful.
We didn't actually go to meeting. Well, actually, we had one meeting called on us because our kids played outside.
Yes,
Yeah,
and they felt that they
that's
should
true.
go to the park
Across a major street
across the major street
when they were
yes.
6.
Yeah,
Good times.
which is right next to a pond. But hey,
So now, do you want to hear the states with the lowest property tax percentage?
absolutely.
All right, number 10, Delaware. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Nevada. Nevada makes sense.
Yeah. Las
Number-
Vegas. Yeah.
Number 8, South Carolina.
Woohoo!
We're there. Number 7, West Virginia. Now, I've driven through West Virginia. Part of it is outstanding. Part of it is not outstanding. It's a really weird state. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Number 6 on the list, Utah. I know nothing about Utah. They're
Mhm.
Mormons.
Not all of them.
Seem happy.
I mean, yeah.
Now, top 5, Wyoming. Number 4, Louisiana, actually.
Okay.
We got to go down to the New Orleans one of these times.
That is definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah. Number 3, Colorado.
Pot.
There you go. But then you would think Oregon was on it. Never mind.
Oregon.
Number 2, Alabama.
Hmm?
Number 1, lowest effective property tax rate, Hawaii. That was very interesting to me.
That is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now that's straight up property tax. Now, the overall tax burden, Hawaii is number 2.
So they tax them other ways.
They tax the shit out of them other ways.
Because they have to have everything shipped there.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have that many things
Well,
So
that's just
it's-
cost of goods, though. Cost of goods is up, but just taxes.
But cost of goods is up, but you claim transportation costs aren't up.
But no. But for Hawaii, just overall, because everything does have to
Be
get.
shipped there. So it does make sense to a certain degree.
But yeah, their tax rate, the worst state in terms of overall tax burden, New York.
Well, that makes sense too. It's another Democratic state.
Yeah.
Where does Illinois fall?
Yeah, they're number 9. Yeah, so they don't know. They get you on the property tax. They get you a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But the best state in terms of taxes overall, go to Alaska.
Hmm.
For those that want to live up in Alaska, they pay overall the lowest amount of tax. That's your lowest tax burden. There are towns that I've heard in Alaska that actually pay you to live there.
Really?
Yeah, they'll pay your moving costs and everything.
Huh.
Now, that's on the northern part of Alaska,
Yeah.
where it's even freaking colder.
Yeah.
So forget that. But yeah, pretty interesting.
We used to be fat. And when I was fat, I didn't mind the cold. But now that I'm skinny,
Oh my
I
God.
cannot. And I don't know if it's skinny and I'm getting older, but whatever it is, I cannot handle the cold. I cannot.
The wind blows.
If there's something that I can do to make me warmer when it is chilly outside, I'm going to do it.
You asked me today if I wanted a heated vest.
Yeah. Our daughter has a tournament this weekend and it's supposed to be in the 50s.
Oh, and it's supposed to rain, so I'm all about bringing our tent, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought one of those cocoon things, but I didn't get like the one that looks like an incubator, like where it's like a greenhouse. I got
Right.
one with yeah. I'm not going to be cold and I'm not going to be wet. Again, you get older, you get smarter.
Yep. So that's taxes. So if you live in New York, you pay a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah. If you live
Oh
in
wait,
Alaska,
it's probably going to go worse with the current
With all
state
the-
of events.
well, they got a lot of businesses leaving.
Yeah, a lot of businesses.
One of the coolest stories, and you know what? I'm kind of sick of it. They're kind of pushing this thing that Remington has just decided to leave, and the Remington's a gun manufacturer, 200 years old.
It's been in New York for 200 years. Yeah.
But they made the decision 2 years ago, in 2021, that they were leaving. It just so happened a time with all of this stuff. So it's very interesting how they're spinning it.
Yeah. Truth in reporting.
Yeah,
Remember, I
it's
had mentioned
just-
before
yeah,
that
But they're moving down to Georgia.
Obama repealed the Propaganda Act, so that means the government nor the media have to tell you the truth. Look that up. I promise you it is
Yeah.
true. So anyways, I think that's good for today, no?
I think so.
All right, until we meet again, guys.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.